I know that the application process for college can be a little bit intimidating to students, but really it's not that difficult of a process on the whole. You just have to make sure that you get a certain number of things done and you have the right pieces of information for us. The transcript is the most important part of the application to us. And your transcript is not just a GPA. It's much more than a GPA. We consider the rigor of your curriculum. We consider your curricular choices, whether you are remaining in all of the academic core areas, English, mathematics, science, social science, and foreign language. We're also going to look at your grades, not just the GPA that your high school gives us, but the individual grades on the transcript. When it comes to standardized testing, we'll always look at whatever paints a student in the strongest light. If a student takes both the SAT and the ACT, I'd encourage them to submit both to us. A student's essay is really a student's chance to express themselves and tell us what they're all about. When it comes to the quality of the writing, it's really important, of course, that essays be very well proofread. The amount of space that the application gives you to list all of your different clubs and organizations and activities is pretty limited. So we absolutely welcome students to submit an additional resume to us. I would encourage students to keep that between 1 and 2 pages. When you're listing your school clubs and organizations and your different activities, it's important that you make sure we understand what they all are. If you use acronyms like ACTS or BOU, we don't necessarily know what those mean right off the top of our heads. I think it's always important to note that involvement is a lot more than just school clubs or organizations. Involvement can include involvement in the community. It can include work. If a student is working 15 or 20 hours a week, that's a huge time commitment, and we want to know about that. Involvement can include responsibilities at home if you're helping to care for a family member, for example. We only require 1 letter of recommendation, but students are welcome to submit up to 3. The required letter of recommendation has to come from a high school guidance counselor. If the guidance counselor doesn't know a student as well, we'd encourage the student to submit a 2nd or 3rd letter of recommendation from a teacher, someone who knows them a little bit better in an academic context. I think the application process is a really exciting time for students. It is a time in their life when they're getting ready to decide where they'll be spending the next 4 years of their life.